Hi friends, it's Friday, June 27th, 2014. Lynn McGonagill here with Jamie McGonagill. We're working on this assignment of getting the mesh in which we live our lives to the standards that will please the higher dimension beings. We're having a time with that. It's taking quite a bit of effort. So our assignment is to get it to perfection. Do it now. Today's the day. Do it now. We have a little bit of heads up on how to go about that. So we shall simply begin. Wider, wider. We start to reach into the future with respect, kind of like knocking on the door, not with a grasping hand, but opening up, asking to open up, asking for the future presences to open the doors. They say, not yet. Interesting. We can drop down a little bit deeper, right?
Right.
Drop down to the right depth, where the time clock is, and clock in. Oh, who's that guy sitting there watching us clocking in? He's just making sure no cheating. Like we have to actually be here. We can't use a telescoping arm or anything. Right. There. And, oh wow, isn't that fascinating? Look, there are people who are trying to clock in, like, interesting, fascinating, who aren't actually here. Like they're trying. Huh. Cheaters. Wow. Cheaters abound. He wasn't here yesterday.
No.
It's because we aired a video on this, or we will, it's because the video is airing. People will try to cheat. Oh my God. Does anything matter more than helping the universe get its channels groomed up?
No.
I don't think so. Other things might matter equally, but I don't think anything matters more. See that it looks like that translucent fairy princess castle in the sky, but it's the future with the drawbridge, and this one is coming down, or is down, coming down. And now we can go into the future and get the tools that are going to be needed to mend this mesh. As we do that, I'm starting to see, like behind us, the mesh is glowing. Like here are the tools there. We just have them. It's like a bin of tools. Mm-hmm. Not just a tray, it's a bin. And we have to sign the clipboard. Yes, we have the tools. We accept responsibility for using them appropriately and not giving them to children and stuff like that. It's
right.
Like there's the list of rules. Appropriate behavior with these tools. You know, it's like we had to put a thumbprint by each rule, actually. Or a mark, acknowledging, yes, these are the rules. Yes, I live by these rules. It's funny because it's like the rules that we see so many places where the rules are really common sense, but obviously there must be a reason that they've put these on the list. Like, obviously people have broken these rules, even though reading them it's like, well, why would we even need to be having this conversation? Duh. But it's a long list, so apparently these are things that have gone wrong in the past, right?
Right.
And the obvious implication is, if you break the rules, you're not coming in here again for these tools.
Right.
Well, what do I notice about it? Well, it's disconnected right here at the top. It looks like a basketball net that isn't hooked over all the hooks, Mm-hmm. There are disconnects right here at the top at the very start. That can't be right. And they say, oh, so I wanted to go right before the birth, and they said, no, go right after it. Look, right after the birth of the universe, some people's channels, whatever that means, at that stage, could mean whole galaxies, right?
Right.
Some people's channels are already pulling down, right?
Right.
They're already saying no, right there at the very start. It's like we're not even out of the delivery room, you know? Boom, no, I'm not going to listen. Boom. Wow, free will. Merge with the universe. Merge with the universe. Does the universe as a whole want to be healthy? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does. And so this is like life support. We have to have life support to be healthy. Oh, what we're drawing is the characteristics. So we'll start to draw in willingness. For now, who among us hasn't had moments when we just aren't willing to do it, right? This is universal, right?
Right.
Me too, right?
Me too.
Me too. And so right now, to merge with the universe, merging with the mesh, becoming the universe, and drawing in willingness from above. Me too. And feeling how it nourishes this mesh, right?
Right.
It's bringing strength to the fibers of the netting, right?
Right.
And then when that does it, it's like a rush, a wave, right, of improvement,
Mm-hmm.
and then the improvement kind of stalls out, right?
Right.
And so now let's draw in courage. Whoa. Oh. That feels good. And now that went saturated through the first part, and now
Mm-hmm.
is saturating a second part, right?
Right.
Now we can, do you feel complete with that way for now? And now we can draw in integrity. Wow. I notice the order. The guides are saying, what do you notice? Well, I notice the order. I notice we have to start with willingness. And then we have to have some courage then, right?
Right.
And then we can start to draw in integrity. It's funny. And they said, and what do you know about this? And I said, well, you taught me that it began with truth. And so truth seems to now be in the third spot. And they say, well, kind of, sort of. And they talk about overlapping and how sometimes one thing starts the process. And
Right.
but that willingness comes first. And that without willingness and courage, most of the time there isn't much integrity in a life.
Right.
So they're showing how in long-distance races with a lot of entrants, there is the starting line, the official starting line, but that the actual starting line is way in back of the official starting line, right? And so it begins with truth. The official starting line is with truth, right?
Right.
But we're not going to get there unless we have some willingness to start out with, right?
Right.
And some courage, right?
Right.
And then it can begin with truth. And now, let's draw in some integrity. Whoa. Some integrity. The willingness to see the truth. Hear the truth. Think the truth. Speak the truth. Act with integrity, right? Act truthfully. Act truthfully. To keep our commitments, to keep our word, right?
Right.
To make our word mean something, right?
Right.
To have some integrity. We can all have more integrity at deeper and deeper levels. So now through this mesh, once again we draw a wave of courage, because it takes courage to acknowledge when we ourselves need to improve, step it up on our levels of living, right?
Right.
It does take courage. And then willingness to acknowledge, wow, I have to step it up again, even though I've stepped it up before, and even though I'm living with greater levels of integrity than other people.
Right.
Is that the standard to which I wish to compare myself? No. Is that even a relevant standard in higher dimension healing?
No.
No. Human standards are pretty pathetically low, right?
Right.
Right. They are. So now drawing in more willingness to live to higher dimension standards, right? So it isn't willingness that's most needed right now. It isn't courage that's most needed right now. We still have a severe deficiency in integrity, but it doesn't want to come in. And so like the system doesn't want to draw in any more integrity. The system is basically saying, I don't want to live with more integrity, and you can't make me. Now let's start with some humility, right?
Right.
Humility with regard to our relationship to the higher dimensions, right?
Right.
Our guides know better than we do. They're wise, divine minds. Higher dimension beings have access to information that we don't have access to, right?
Right.
Their minds work better than ours do because they aren't hindered by a body, right?
Right.
It's confusing to have a body, right?
Right.
It is. They're not having that confusion, right?
Right.
More information, more clarity.
Right.
Are they clearer and more open to love flowing through them, living waters flowing through them?
Yes.
They're more loving, right?
Yes.
More truthful, right?
Yes.
We can trust them, right?
Yes.
Do our guides love us?
Yes.
Are they ever trying to trick us?
No.
Are they always working for the win, 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 win?
Yes.
Can we just follow their directions even when we don't understand why? Just do it.
Yes.
Even though we don't like it.
Yes.
Even though it doesn't make sense to our little pea brain.
Yes.
Pea brain. Thank you. There. Drawing in more humility right now. Trust. Trust in the plan. Trust in the guides. When they say to do the things that are scary, if we have courage but we're lacking trust, we still won't do it, right?
Right.
So to draw in the trust, and now drawing in selflessness from above. Wow! And selflessness from the future too, because by definition, as eternal beings on an eternal growth path, one day we will have mastered selflessness, right?
Right.
All of us will. At finer and finer levels, me too, me too, me too, me too. And now right in front of us we have something fascinating. It looks like an enraged person struggling in a net. This net, struggling in the net.
Yeah, it looks like they're in a spider web.
Yes, but it's this net, this
Right.
is the net. They're struggling in a net that's made of willingness, courage, integrity, humility, trust in the plans and in the guides, and selflessness. They don't want to be in this net,
Right.
do they? We release them right now. It's like opening the door and letting the things fly out, whatever they are, right? Let them fly out.